Dream with me for a second, will you? The year is 2004. George W. Bush and Dick Cheney are firing up for re-election. Yeah, by Usher featuring Luda and Lil Jon are topping the charts, and Shrek 2 is trumped at the Oscars by The Incredibles for Animated Feature of the Year. Many of you watching are probably too young to remember, but it's also the year that Green Day released the album American Idiot. American Idiot is widely considered the greatest project in the band's history, won a Grammy in 2005 for Best Rock Album, and is regarded as one of the best in rock history. But even ignoring all of its accolades, this album made me feel safe. This album was a seminal piece of art for a young buck like myself, and though I didn't listen to it until several years after its release on account of being too focused on learning numbers, printing my name, and shitting my pants, I remember it being one of the first instances where I felt comforted by music, and it made me think about how other mediums use scores and themes to communicate that sense of security. I'm not a big fan of horror games. It's not that they aren't good games or well made or anything like that, it's just that, I'm a pussy. A massive quivering pussy, just sopping and meowing all over the place. It's a mess. And for the first time in a long time, I played a horror game, Resident Evil 7. Now you gotta understand, the last time I played a game even remotely scary was Outlast, and by the third time I was chased, I alt F4'd and didn't continue. I would literally boot up the game and continue until I got to that same section where I got chased, and I'd turn it off again. I am not letting this guy touch my ass! Again, a massive quivering pussy. So maybe you'd understand just how scared I was playing RE7, but if you need a glimpse... Oh, fuck off. I'm not doing this, 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 I'm not doing this. Die, please die, please die, please die, please die, please die, please die. It was terrifying having to ration my ammo, save every couple of encounters, and singing to myself to avoid alt F4ing this time anytime this motherfucker turned around the corner. So maybe you'd get why I was so attached to the safe room music. The soft guitar theme, the warm light, and the little goodies surrounding the save point were such a welcoming sight every time Jack turned the corner. This was exacerbated on Madhouse difficulty, the highest difficulty setting there is. You heal less, take more damage, enemies take more hits, and spawn in different locations. They're faster, chase you for longer, and to top it all off, you can only save a limited amount of times. Only if you found a cassette tape. Thankfully, there were plenty on the map to be found, but just knowing this was another resource I had to manage made the game just that much scarier again. So, return that familiar water of the safe room music. This extended to other games as well with high points of stress. Anytime you found a bench in Hollow Knight gave such a sense of security in this stressful, difficult experience, but for me, nothing really captures it like Dark Souls. I've played plenty of difficult games before this, including many from soft games, but Dark Souls just has this new sense of difficulty. Aimlessly wandering through the world and being slaughtered by ghouls and gremlins every couple of steps made finally making it to any bonfire such a moment of tranquility. In that split second that you first see the unlit bonfire where your shoulders untense, your breath can slowly exhale, and it felt like home. As health comes back, I can breathe normally again without fearing I'd lose all my progress and experience. I can plan out my next moves, upgrade my skills, and explore places I was too afraid to venture into earlier. That feeling when you first make it through Undead Burg, encounter the dragon, fight your way through the parish, and take a mysterious elevator down, when that moment finally clicks. That familiar music of Firelink Shrine, before you can even see it, is just a pure bliss captured in code. It's a feeling I haven't really been able to recapture playing anything else, and to be honest with you, it's okay if it never happens again, because that's just how special this moment was for me. A point in time where I truly felt safe, huddled by the fire, reflecting on the journey it took to get here, and wondering just how much journey there is left to go. Remember when MatPat gave the Pope a copy of Undertale? As much as I want to make fun of him for this theater kid ass gift that's just dripping with Redditor syndrome, I get it. Undertale is just one of those games that took the world by storm, hitting the mainstream and became too successful for its own good, becoming a parody of itself. It's a shame because it really just is an amazing game with something to say, with an interesting method to package it in, and a perfect medium to deliver it. It's a game about the possibility of humanity, the continuous corrosive cycle of hatred, and the meanings and actions and empathy are so expertly woven into the fabric of the experience that I get why he gave His Holiness a copy. The game's music is a testament to how certain leitmotifs can be recalled upon to force players to think. If you give this little statue an umbrella to protect it from the rain in the waterfall section, a music box inside plays this song called Memory. This tune is called upon again near the end of the game when you enter Asgore's home when the titular theme plays, a song that combines the statue melody, Memory, and the very first song you hear in the game at the prologue before even the title screen, Once Upon a Time. The music combining different themes across the game mixed with the grayscale aesthetic of the level reminds you just how special this journey was, the big twist, and all the decisions you made during your playthrough. All the lives you've affected, all the actions that you took, and the ones that you never can take back even if you restart the game. After all, despite what actions you might have taken, across all saves, it's still you. Tarrey Town and all the residents slowly adding their local instruments as you invite them into this rock peninsula does this as well. Zora's bringing guitars and this dope-ass trombone being accompanied by Gorons among all the other melodic marvels. You see this village get built up brick by brick, resident by resident, and you hear it in the melody. It's not just a tool for reflecting, because if you didn't found this town, these residents wouldn't be here. Disco Elysium's time-sensitive theme for the whirling and rags also accomplishes this feeling as these different versions of the song plays when you turn in for the night. This upbeat ditty as you leave in the morning that fills you with this sense of optimism and faith as you undoubtedly will fail dice roll after dice roll and succeed in fewer and fewer checks as a jazzier, poppier version greets you in the evening, seducing you to the karaoke stage to decompress for the day. It's these themes in video games that just force you to contemplate your journey so far. Nothing makes me feel more secure than feeling like a kid again. So when I hear a song from my childhood, it's like when you come home from playing in the snow and you run your hands under warm water. It's like eating that sandwich after being in the water all day long. Like Christmas in a mall in 2005, or hearing static from a CRT TV. Watching an old opening theme from a TV show that's long since been cancelled, and for me, nothing gets that feeling across more than the music from Minecraft. I can't count the amount of hours I've spent listening to these songs, whether I'm working on a new video or studying in university, to the menial work I did at an office job. Putting on these songs would transport me back to a simpler time. Wandering through endlessly generated caves, looking for precious minerals, gathering resources, or simply building with my friends. I can honestly say that some of the longest relationships I have now are foundationally built on the worlds I created with my friends. It's the same thing with Pokemon games and being reminded of sitting through these long road trips with family, playing on the Game Boy Advance SP in the backseat with my brother. Or any song from the Animal Crossing GameCube soundtrack as we raced home from family events on Saturday nights, giddy with excitement on what KK Slider was gonna sing that night. As if it was a real concert, and in a way, to me, it was. I think it's reasons like this why so many chill video game music compilations are so often used for studying and working and so popular on YouTube. You see them everywhere and for good reason. The Persona 5 soundtrack reminds me of the semester I felt alone in university. Taking the bus and train for 3 hours every day, desperate to get home so I could continue stealing hearts. The Uncharted 2 menu music reminds me of the first time I played the PS3 with my brother, where we were in our lives and just how close we are. The sounds of the harp in Baldur's Gate 3 remind me of the moment of reverie I would get, distracting myself with this monumental piece of fiction as I processed my breakup. And above all else, when I listen to the melody of Firelink Shrine, or the Little Root theme, or Undertale's Waterfall, I'm reminded of the songs I could hear in these moments of serenity, of reflection, of my youth. I'd hear songs of safety.